What's up, you beautiful people? It's RM Punk here with the Punk Wrestling Podcast. Wrestlemania predictions time! Everyone loves a good prediction, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends, and let's get into it, shall we? We'll start off with night one, and we will start off with the tag team turmoil match. Lana and Naomi versus Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose versus the Riot Squad versus Natalya and Tamina, and likely Carmella and Billie Kay, although that has not been announced. So the winner of this will receive a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match on night 2. So the first prediction goes into the second prediction. Ooh. So here, I kind of think that they might put it on the Billie Kay and Carmella just for novelty's sake. But I'm going to go with Lana and Naomi here. I've flip-flopped around between any of these teams because none of them have been booked right. The whole tag team division hasn't been booked right. I would like to see Riot Squad win this, but I just don't see it. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke are an okay team. Not that fussed. Lana and Naomi, they've just kept this story going on with Nia the whole way through, so it kind of makes sense. Natty and Tamina have looked really good, and I would like to see them win. That would be nice. I don't care for the novelty stuff. Billie Kay, I really do enjoy her stuff, but I just don't see why you would put them together to then go on to face the tag team champs. So Lana and Naomi, final answer. Next up, we got Cesaro versus Seth Rollins in a swinging good time match. No, it's just a normal match, but it's all been about the swing this build up, and it's been all right, to be honest. They've both been doing good stuff. Cesaro has looked no better than he does right now. For that, he's going to get a WrestleMania moment here for sure. We'll go for 50 swings. Yeah, 50 swings, as I think that's a fair estimate without taking away too much time for them to have a good match, because they can have a great match. Whether he wins, Cesaro is my pick. Final answer. Next up, we've got Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. I couldn't give a shit about this match whatsoever. I want it to all be over, which would mean I would pick Braun to win. However, this is WWE, people. Predictions are important. Shane McMahon is going to win when Braun throws Shane so hard into the cage that the cage falls apart and Shane falls onto the floor. I don't want to say it, but that's what's going to happen. That's my answer. Next up, we've got the New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos. This should be another good match. I don't know how good Omos is in the ring, but I've heard good stuff. But this is going to be Omos' showcase. It's his first match, people. Of course he's going to win. I think this also makes AJ a Grand Slams champion, which is another nice thing to have on your belt. So, yeah, AJ and Omos there. Next up, we got Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus The Miz and John Morrison. All right, if you think Miz and Morrison are going to win this, I've got some bad news for you. It's Bad Bunny and Damian Priest here all day long. This is a world famous recording artist, an actual celebrity, and Damian Priest, who is a person they're trying to build up, hasn't lost yet. You know, it's Bad Bunny and Damian Priest all day long. I'm glad this is a tag match. Next, we've got Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. I'm going to go heart over head in this one. I like what Lashley's been doing. Lashley's been great. Really disappointed they broke up the Hurt Business, though. And I love me some Daddy Drew. So, for Scotland, let's go with Drew McIntyre. Get his moment he didn't really get last year at WrestleMania in front of a crowd. Next up, we've got Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair in what should be the main event for night one, but it will probably be Bobby versus Drew. However, we're going to put it in last anyway. Sasha versus Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Like much of these matches, it could have been built a lot better. However, I am really looking forward to this match. It should be really good. And I'm picking Bianca here. You know, star of the future. It's time to make some more stars. And yeah, Bianca Belair. Final answer. Right, guys, on to night 2. And we will start off with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus the winner of the Tag Team Turmoil match from night 1. I picked Lana and Naomi, so I'll carry it through. Lana and Naomi for the win here. Nia Jax and Shayna have been champions for a little while. And just, yeah, it finishes the Lana and Nia stuff. Hopefully, please, maybe we'll go with it. All right, so I'm picking the winners of the Turmoil match to be champion. Riddle versus Sheamus is next up for the United States Championship. And Riddle has been terrible on promos. The stuff he's been doing running around on scooter is absolutely shit. The birds coming out of his feet when he does the flip-flop thing is fucking terrible. However, this will be a very good match. I'm looking forward to the match itself. I just don't want to watch the promo beforehand. And I'm going to say that Riddle retains here. Yes, I'm going to go with Riddle retains. I think Sheamus has been doing great work, but I don't think he really needs the US title at this point. Yeah, I'll go Riddle. Final answer. Next up, we've got Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. What a match to have on tap. Oh, yeah, Logan Paul as well. Because, yeah, I need that in my Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn stuff. Anyway, this is calling out all day long. Logan's going to realise that he's on the wrong side of things here. He's going to punch Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn's going to get stunned, and that's your match. Hopefully with a lovely match before all the silly bollocks. That's my prediction. Kevin Owens wins. Next up, we get Big E versus Apollo Crews in a Nigerian drum fight for the IC strap. I love Big E. Absolutely love Big E. Apollo cannot lose this many matches in a row against Big E. Apollo has to win here, has to take the strap off Big E. And then Big E can move on to bigger and better things. I think E for Money in the Bank is a very good shout. That's where I'm heading. So Apollo Crews, my final answer there. Next, we got The Fiend versus Randy Orton in a normal singles match. Why? Firefly Funhouse. It was like so there for you to do. And you just... Anyway, The Fiend will win. Next. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship. Another match that will be a very good match, but with no real build to it. However, and they don't care about Asuka as champion whatsoever at this point. Rhea wins here, and then she'll feud with Charlotte going forward. Simple enough. Rhea Ripley to win here. Next up, we've got the triple threat main event for the WWE Universal Championship as Roman Reigns goes up against Edge and Daniel Bryan. I've said it, I say it before, I'll say it again. Anyone could win this match. However, I've been saying since day one, it's 10 years to the day since Edge had to give up his championship to retire due to neck injuries. He's now back, exactly 10 years to the day. He's fighting in the main event, and he will win here and become the Universal Championship. What they do from then on with it, I do not know. But Edge has to win here. It's too good not to go with it. So that's my final pick, is Edge. I'm looking forward to WrestleMania. The match is going to be really good. The build to WrestleMania has been shocking. Probably the worst I can remember. It's not making me excited for WrestleMania. Just looking at the matches goes, yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. And I'm looking forward to seeing fans. Seeing what like the general public think of these things. Because fans do make a wrestling show. There's no doubt in that. Wrestling hasn't been the same under the COVID circumstances. I'm looking forward to seeing it, and hopefully the US, they're careful and they're getting the vaccines and all that, and they can carry on through, and there's no more COVID, and we can get fans back on a more regular basis, and wrestling can become good again, hopefully. So thank you for watching the video. Please give it a like, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, and I will see you all soon. Have a good WrestleMania week, people. Good night.